Here are 2 questions for you. 1, what are you prepared to do to grow your business? And 2, perhaps slightly more interestingly, what are you not prepared to do to grow your business? I bet that list feels a bit gross.
Welcome to Inner Business, the podcast that delves deep into the soul of entrepreneurship. My name is Selena Woodward, seasoned business owner, qualified business coach, and intuitive guide. I'm going to offer you actionable steps to increase your revenue whilst we explore how you are showing up in your business. Let's explore the blocks and connect the dots on your journey to business fulfillment.
Now, I hope you're sitting comfortably because today I'd like to begin with a story. It's a story about a beautiful city that is surrounded by gorgeous stone walls. These walls are strong and sturdy and have been there for a long time because when the city planners built this city, they knew that just outside the walls was a dragon. Yes, a big, scary dragon. And these walls have been doing a great job protecting the citizens of the city for a while now. The problem is there are some city dwellers who are getting itchy feet, who want to expand their horizons and leave the boundaries of the city wall. But there's these walls in the way and nobody ever put a gate. I know, right? No good at all. A dragon is a problem. I often wonder whether there are some lessons that we could learn from those city planners with their walls and their dragons. Have you ever felt like that about your own business? That you have this beautiful thing that you love very much, but it's stuck and it won't grow any more? Have you considered whether when you built the city, you were protecting it from something and that the boundaries and the walls that you have put in place are actually part of the problem? That's why I asked you those 2 questions right at the beginning of this video. What are you prepared to do for your business and what aren't you prepared to do for your business? Because the part of the story that I haven't shared with you yet, and perhaps the reason why some of those villagers in the city are getting a little antsy, is that the dragon in all great stories hoards treasure. The dragon is sat on a pile of loot. Get rid of the dragon, you get all your dreams. And your business is no different. Now, when it comes to your business, the key to understanding the city walls, the limits, can often be found in the answer to that question, what am I not prepared to do to grow my business? Tell me, what was on your list? Comment below. I'm sure we'll have some same ones. We'll give you a hug. Did you have things like, I will not create an email automation system so that I can nurture my clients? Did you have things like, I will not hire a bookkeeper. That's too expensive. There's always a reason, isn't there? Did you have things like, I will not create a lead magnet? I will not start a YouTube channel. What's on your list? Now, the reality is that when you built your business, your little city, those walls were there for a reason. They are there because they help you feel safe. But you want to grow your business. And if you've already done all the things you can inside the city, like, I don't know, really tightened up your messaging, got your brand script sorted, done a lot of the really key pieces, and you're not seeing the growth, then we need to start looking over the city walls and asking ourselves what dragons there lie. The dragons are the uncomfortable things that you are terrified of doing. Blah. But let's be real here. They didn't come from nowhere. Why are they there? You've built these walls to protect yourself from something, but are you consciously aware of what that thing is? And have you given yourself the opportunity to consider whether that dragon is actually all that scary and whether you actually do need that boundary that you've put in place? So let's do that right now. Let's become aware of our dragons. What is it that you are protecting yourself from and why? Is it that you don't want to learn something that feels overwhelming, like a CRM or some kind of technology to manage your emails or sales scripts? Or maybe you just don't feel comfortable networking with other people and you're not sure how to say what you do and you don't want to learn how to do that. Maybe it's that you do not want the hassle. It feels really hard to hire someone right now because you don't know what that looks like. You don't know how to pay G, you don't know how to do the tax, you don't know what the rules are. So it's all feeling really overwhelming. These dragons are looking pretty scary. And as you're feeling and thinking about them, I bet it feels a little bit like, battling Smorg in Mount Doom. It feels impossible. How could one small elf or one small hobbit possibly take on that dragon? I get it. The adrenaline is pumping and something in you is saying, heck no! It's scary, the dragon is real, but the reality is the dragon holds the treasure. And unless you are willing to have a little whisper in that dragon's ear, at the very least, you won't get the growth and the cash flow and the ideal clients that you are looking for because your walls, your boundaries are standing in the way. So the good news is now you get a choice. You see the dragon and you get to make a decision. You can stay where you are with the walls the way they are, but likelihood is if you're feeling a little uncomfortable in your business and not getting where you want to go, then maybe that's not the right option. You could reinforce the walls against the dragon. So you could go through all your systems and processes all over again and make sure they're all working at their highest potential, get your story brand script done, etc. Yes, you can do that, and it might make a little bit of a difference, but likelihood is you will still hit the wall. Even though it's an extra sparkly wall, it's not going to give you the growth that you need. The second option is the scariest. The second option is crossing over the wall and facing the dragon on the other side. Now, you don't have to do that alone. And you certainly don't have to do a giant dragon or a horde of dragons. You can do this one step at a time. And let me tell you now, by listening to this or watching this, you've already done the first step. Very good, because the first step is to notice your dragons. So that list that you've made of all the things you're not prepared to do, I bet if you go through that right now, you can pick 1 or 2 dragons already. The second step is to think about what you can do about those dragons. Evaluate them. Are they as big and scary as you think? Because I can tell you now, in these fantastical stories about dragons, the dragons are always enormous and terrifying. And we do that in our head. We tend to make things feel bigger than they are. The number of people I work with who say to me, Selena, I thought this was going to be really difficult. This is so much fun. Why? Because they've built it up in their head and the fear has taken over. The dragon has been going, rah, and it's scared them. And as soon as they face the dragon, it's not quite as big or scary as they thought. Is that a possibility for you? You can find out by doing a simple brainstorming exercise. If on your list is, I will not create a lead magnet, and you decide you are going to create a lead magnet, could you brainstorm a few ideas for some lead magnets and just have a think about how you might do that, just to start examining how you could expand? Because once you've brainstormed those ideas, you've got a plan, and you can take the third and final step, which is to take measured little steps towards slaying the dragon, or if you'd prefer, asking it to move on. Either way, the chances are that dragon is hiding some gold, and once you've faced it and slain it, that gold is yours. Now, if you're ready to take these steps, but you'd like someone to hold your hand and help you, you know where to find me. Just head to selenawoodward.com/book and we'll have a free consultation to find out how I can help you identify and slay your dragons. I will have a gentle word with them. I am a vegetarian, but I will be here by your side, your business expert with tried and tested business strategies and frameworks and a whole lot of self-awareness and intuition. This is the fun part about business. If your business city is feeling constricted, it's time to look beyond the walls and start to slay those dragons. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed our story. Comment below when you make those moves, slay those dragons, and tell me what happens. I hope you find the gold. Take care.